Think fame makes you fearless. Think again. From lucky socks to banned birthday cakes, celebs have some seriously quirky superstitions. Let's dive into the weird world of celebrity luck and logic.
Rafael Nadal, one of tennis's greatest champions, is just as famous for his meticulous rituals as he is for his incredible skill on the court. Among his most well-known superstitions is his habit of lining up his water bottles perfectly, with the labels always facing the court. To most people, it might look like a harmless quirk, but for Nadal, it's a vital part of his mental preparation, a ritual that brings order to the chaos of competition. He's explained that this isn't about luck so much as focus and control. By arranging his bottles in the exact same way before every match and between every set, Nadal creates a sense of balance and routine that keeps his mind sharp and calm. It's his way of grounding himself in an unpredictable environment where every point can shift momentum. This small act of precision has become almost symbolic of Nadal's playing style. Disciplined, intense, and deeply intentional. His superstition isn't just a habit, it's part of his rhythm, a mental anchor that helps him stay in the zone. For a player who thrives on consistency and heart, those perfectly aligned bottles are more than objects. They're silent partners in his pursuit of perfection.
Björk, the Icelandic artist known for her fearless creativity and mystical presence, has long been fascinated by symbolism and nature, and one of her most enduring superstitions centers around swans, which she considers her lucky animal. To Björk, swans represent transformation, purity, and creative rebirth, qualities that resonate deeply with her as an artist who, constantly reinvents herself. This belief famously came to life when she wore her unforgettable swan dress to the 2001 Oscars, a moment that became one of pop culture's most iconic fashion statements. For Björk, the swan isn't just a symbol of grace, it's a spiritual totem. She's spoken about feeling connected to animals as extensions of emotion and energy, and the swan in particular reflects her own creative spirit, elegant yet unpredictable, otherworldly yet deeply human. Wearing or invoking the swan's image, she believes, brings her inspiration, serenity, and a touch of protection from the chaotic world around her. What some saw as eccentricity was, for Björk, a ritual of self-expression and luck. That swan dress wasn't just an outfit, it was a charm, a living piece of her superstition and art combined. In true Björk fashion, she turned belief into performance, reminding the world that even in the avant-garde, a little bit of magic and mythology can guide the way.
Samuel L. Jackson, one of Hollywood's most commanding and charismatic actors, has a superstition that's as bold and unapologetic as he is. Before stepping on stage or in front of a camera, Jackson utters his favorite swear word, the one he's become famous for, as a personal ritual to clear out bad energy. For him, it's not about being crude, it's about releasing tension, reclaiming confidence, and, resetting his mindset before performing. That single word acts like a verbal lightning bolt, burning off anxiety and getting him in the right headspace to deliver the power and presence fans expect. This quirky habit started early in his career, when Jackson realized that swearing before a performance helped him loosen up and shed any nerves. It became his go-to superstition, a kind of verbal armor, helping him step into character with full intensity. Whether he's playing a fierce villain, a sharp-witted mentor, or a cool, collected hero, that moment of ritual gives him a surge of authenticity and control. For Samuel L. Jackson, words hold power, and this one in particular has become his lucky charm in linguistic form. It's his way of commanding the space, shaking off negativity, and stepping into his element with swagger and confidence. After all, when you've made a single word that iconic, it makes perfect sense to use it as your personal key to success.
Sharon Stone, the elegant and fearless star of Basic Instinct and Casino, has a quiet superstition that speaks to her spiritual side. She carries a small Buddha charm for luck and protection. To Stone, this tiny figure represents calm, balance, and positive energy, qualities she's learned to value deeply in the often unpredictable world of Hollywood. Whether she's walking a red carpet, stepping onto a film set, or traveling abroad, that charm is always close by, a constant reminder of mindfulness and inner strength. Her belief in the Buddha's protective presence began years ago, after a friend gifted her the charm during a particularly challenging time in her life. She said it brought her a sense of peace and clarity when she needed it most. Over time, it became more than just a good luck token. It evolved into a personal symbol of resilience, a way to carry serenity with her no matter where she goes. For Sharon Stone, the lucky Buddha isn't about superstition in the shallow sense. It's about energy, gratitude, and grace. In an industry driven by chaos and ego, her charm keeps her centered, grounded, and connected to something bigger than fame. It's a small but powerful ritual that reflects her belief that true luck often begins within.
Will Smith, one of Hollywood's most bankable stars, has a long-standing fascination with the unseen patterns that guide success, particularly numerology. Before releasing a movie, album, or even a major announcement, Smith is known to consult numerology to help choose the most favorable dates. He believes that certain numbers carry powerful vibrations that can influence energy, timing, and even the outcome of a project. For him, it's a way of aligning hard work with cosmic rhythm, giving destiny a little nudge in his favor. This belief in numbers as spiritual signposts grew stronger over the years, especially as Smith began exploring mindfulness, universal law, and manifestation. Whether it's the symmetry of dates, repeating numbers, or specific personal cycles, he sees numerology as part of his preparation, a blend of intuition and structure. It's not about superstition alone, it's about harmony between logic and luck, ensuring that when he launches something, it feels cosmically right. For Will Smith, who has spent his life chasing excellence and energy, numerology fits perfectly into his philosophy. Success isn't random, it's designed. By syncing his creative milestones with numbers that feel charged with meaning, he adds a layer of spiritual precision to his decisions. It's a quiet ritual, but one that reflects his belief that the universe itself has a rhythm, and he's learned to move in time with it.
Gwyneth Paltrow, the actress and lifestyle mogul known for her love of wellness and spirituality, has a shimmering superstition that perfectly reflects her mindful nature. She places crystals around her dressing room before filming. For Paltrow, each crystal holds a different kind of energy. Some promote calm, others creativity, and a few protection from negativity. Before stepping into character, she takes a few moments to arrange them intentionally, turning her space into a kind of energetic sanctuary where focus and balance can thrive. Her belief in crystal energy isn't just for show, it's something she's incorporated into both her personal life and her wellness brand. She's spoken about how these stones help her set intentions and align her mindset before important moments. For Gwyneth, surrounding herself with crystals creates a feeling of clarity and harmony, a way of inviting the right energy into her work and keeping distractions at bay. In an industry full of stress, unpredictability, and high expectations, Paltrow's crystal ritual is her personal shield, a fusion of spirituality and superstition. It's not about control but connection, turning every film set into a sacred space where art, emotion, and energy meet. Whether it's amethyst for peace or quartz for strength, her crystals are her quiet companions, glowing reminders that inner balance can be the truest form of luck.
David Bowie, one of the most innovative and enigmatic artists in music history, carried with him a curious superstition. He avoided flying whenever possible, believing trains were not only safer, but also luckier. Despite his larger-than-life persona on stage, Bowie had a deep, quiet unease about air travel, stemming partly from his fascination with fate and control. To him, traveling by train felt more grounded, more human, a way to stay connected to the world's rhythm without tempting chance in the skies. During his most creative years, from Berlin to London to Paris, Bowie's preference for rail travel became part of his mythos. He'd write lyrics, sketch ideas, or simply stare out the window, letting the steady motion inspire his thoughts. Many close to him said these train journeys often sparked his most reflective moods, as if the hum of the tracks was in sync with the pulse of his imagination. For Bowie, superstition blended seamlessly with artistry. Avoiding planes wasn't just about fear. It was about flow, fate, and the feeling that luck travels best on rails. In his world, the train wasn't just a vehicle, it was a talisman, one that kept him grounded, inspired, and perhaps in his eyes, protected from the unpredictable turns of the universe.
Kylie Minogue, the pop goddess whose charm has spanned decades, follows one simple yet sacred ritual. She always steps onto the stage with her left foot first. To her, this tiny act isn't just habit, it's a symbolic gesture of balance and blessing, a quiet nod to superstition that's carried her through countless performances. No matter how dazzling the lights or how roaring the crowd, that first, careful left-footed step marks the moment where preparation turns into magic. The ritual began early in her career, when a fellow performer told her that starting with the left foot brings luck and longevity. Kylie, ever graceful and grounded despite her glittering fame, embraced the idea and never let it go. It became her invisible armor, a small act of control in a world where so much depends on chance and timing. Over the years, this superstition has evolved into something almost spiritual for her. As she takes that left-footed step onto the stage, it's as if she's stepping into alignment with her fans, her music, and the energy of the moment. For Kylie, luck isn't found in chance. It's created through ritual, one graceful step at a time.
Jim Morrison, the magnetic frontman of The Doors, believed deeply in the energy that came with what he wore. And for him, leather pants were his talisman of power. Whenever he stepped onto a stage wrapped in that slick black armor, he felt transformed, not just into a rock star, but into a wild, untamed force of nature. The leather, creaking and alive under the lights, became his second skin, his link between rebellion and ritual. For Morrison, performance wasn't just music, it was spiritual combat, a dance between chaos and control. The leather pants symbolized that balanced, raw, primal energy held together by sheer confidence. He once hinted that when he wore them, he felt protected by his own myth, as though the material itself channeled the same animalistic spirit that pulsed through his lyrics and movements. Fans may have seen just a fashion statement, but for Jim, it was a superstition, a sacred uniform of power. Without them, he felt exposed, less invincible. With them, he became the Lizard King, commanding the stage with hypnotic energy, fusing man, music, and myth into one unforgettable presence.
Björn Borg, the cool and unflappable Swedish tennis legend, had a ritual as precise as his backhand. He wore the same fila shirt during his Wimbledon runs. To outsiders, it might have looked like a simple fashion choice, but for Borg, it was a charm of focus and fortune. Year after year, as the grass courts of Wimbledon called his name, that white and striped shirt became his silent ally. A thread of consistency in a game built on pressure and precision. For Borg, superstition wasn't about luck alone, it was about mental balance. He believed that repeating small details, from his warm-up routine to his iconic shirt, kept his mind calm and his confidence steady. In a sport where even a heartbeat's hesitation can cost a point, that sense of control was everything. The shirt wasn't just part of his uniform, it was part of his winning mindset. By the time he lifted his 5th consecutive Wimbledon trophy, the shirt had become as legendary as the man himself. A quiet symbol of discipline, ritual, and the strange but powerful role superstition can play in greatness.
Got a lucky charm? So do your favorite stars, and some are wilder than you'd think. Stick around, hit subscribe, and catch the next Superstition soon.